Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast battle report. Today, the Space Marines will face the Drukhari along this ruined Eldari ancient civilization ruin town.
The Dark King.
Today, once again, in the new studio, I'm really excited. I've got Simon over here playing some Space Marines. We're going to go over the lists. We're going to go over the mission. We're going to dive in and let's play some 40k. Today we are using the Leviathan card pack once again to generate our mission. We got Dawn of War as our deployment. We have Purge the Foe, so kill, hold, kill more, hold more, which is so killing and holding objectives. And then we drew Maelstrom of Battle, which allows us to, or makes us pick two mission rules. Have minefields and chosen battlefield, which means we are going to be placing objectives before picking our deployment zones. And here we have 2,000 points of Drukhari playing today against the Space Marines. We have Archon Skari himself. That's right, look at him. He's so excited about life. 30 Cabalites and 3 squads of 10 with all the gubbins. 1 Homunculus with the Crucible of Malediction, as well as 5 ranks that he's going to be leading. 3 units of 5 Mandrakes. With the point changes, I was able to squeeze in a Beast Pack. Woohoo! That's right, I love my Beast Pack. 3 Venoms to cart and split the Cabalites from 10 into 2 units of 5 each. Then we have 1 Void Raven Bomber with D-sides, a Kronos, and then of course the mandatory 3 Ravagers. And this time only 2 units of Scourge instead of 3 with 4 Dark Launches in each squad. There you have it. 2,000 points of Drukhari. And skulking in the shadows in the list as well, a Solitaire.
So this is 2,000 points of Space Marines Gladius Force. I have a big unit of Hellblasters led by a Lieutenant and Apothecary. They have Bolter Discipline in the squad. So in the Devastator Doctrine, they're going to be exploding 5s for exploding hits and lethal hits. Squad of Blade Guard led by a Chaplain. Incursors, 2 squads of Infiltrators, Intercessors, Desolation Marines, 2 Redemptors with Plasma. 2 of my Inceptor squads have Plasma, 1 has Bolters.
Look at that, it's 2,000 points. Looks pretty spicy. And here we are after placing objectives. So I won the roll-off to place objectives. So I put 1 near the middle. This sort of like ancient big tower is going to be important. Then you put 1 over here near this sort of like ruin. Then I made this landing pad important. You made that ruin important to sort of triangulate here so that picking sides wasn't as much of a bonus or not a bonus. And then I made this the one in this deployment zone. So we have relatively balanced in terms of where the objectives are. This one's a little bit further out, but it's in a nice safe space. This one is close to the deployment zone, but it's more exposed if you get into that building. So we're calling these as ruins. So these whole like patches are ruins just to make sure that we have good line of sight coverage and blocking so that it's not just a shooting gallery. And with that, I did win the roll-off to pick sides. I'm going to pick this side, and I will be deploying first. Considering you have some infiltrators and I have some, I want to make sure I can at least, push you out a little bit. So let's dive into deployment. We'll be right back. I had to put my Void Raven Bomber in reserve. I put 2 units of Scourge and Deep Strike and 2 of my 5-man units of Cabalites that have no weapons or like just have rifles in strategic reserve. I deployed my Archon with the last unit of 5. So I have 6 little units of Cabalite Warriors. The reason he's not by himself is because you have Deso Marines.
Yep.
And I'm scared of them. And so he doesn't want to just get shot out before he uses his Vect or his ability to make one of your stratagems more expensive in the game. Although it's only a battle tactic now, so we'll see how that impacts the game. Venom, Mandrakes, the Beast Pack that can scout up. The Homunculus with his friends are just going to move up into this building in the middle. And then I waited for you to deploy basically your whole army because you did put 3 units of Incursors in the sky. And I essentially out-dropped you, so I put my fire base over here because you put your Hellblasters in that corner and that Dreadnought there. So if you want to shoot them, you only have 1 Dreadnought and the Desos, but then you have to sacrifice the Desos to bring them out. And then I can pounce on them with Splinter Cannon Fire, which is kind of the whole point of me overloading a flank. I don't care if I lose this flank. In this mission, you have to hold one objective and then hold more. So 1 is like the minimum. So if I can hold 1, at least I'm getting those points. And then holding more is just, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So what was your thought process going into this deployment?
Okay, so I got the Desolation Marines. They got pretty good range for the outer line of sight, covering a lot of that area. But also, if they have to, they can jump up here, and they got good lanes of fire here. Hellblasters and some of the Redemptors and Blade Guard are all here, kind of to pressure this side where we have 3 objectives.
Yep, it's the tri-point, yep.
And yeah, just put a lot of pressure on this side. And they're also pretty safe behind this building for the opening turn. And then I can just kind of come out and overwhelm a side.
I love it. The same plan as I have, but on the other side. So you're trying to blow up this side. I'm trying to blow up this side. We'll see what happens. We have the same thought process. Fantastic. With that, let's go into turn number 1. We're both playing tactical objectives, which means we'll be randomly drawing our cards.
Yep.
Playing with minefields too, so any advances that are 6s will cause mortal wounds, which is exciting. And then after this, we have scout moves. Okay, so I rolled a 1. 3. Space Marine turn number 1.
So I'm doing extend battle lines. Gotta hold objective in my deployment zone. 1 in no man's land. Should be pretty easy this turn, pretty open. And no prisoners. Try and kill stuff.
That's right, kill stuff. Very easy for the Space Marines.
Yeah.
They oath something. Murder! That's how that works. Yeah. Today's score is brought to you by the miniwargamingforge.com. Look at this. So cool. They printed one out for me. I still need to paint it. But we have primary score at the top, secondary scores right here. We've got our turn and our CP. The 5th one here is for D10 that we can use if we're using doing Age of Sigmar, for example, or if you want to do 10 points for painting or whatnot. But really neat. It's going to be nice and organized points for you all.
So I went into Devastator Doctrine so I can advance and shoot, mostly so I can get some extra movement on my Redemptors. This guy moved up so he can get some shots on the Ravagers.
You did
this
Oath of Moment.
Oath target.
Yeah, that one at the front.
And then this guy couldn't get quite far enough to get some line of sight that way, so he just kind of tucked back. So he's
keep
ready
himself
to
alive.
Got the Blade Guard behind this building here, ready to move up into the middle when it's time to fight over that.
Yep.
Got the Hellblasters out here to wreck some racks.
Wreck some racks. Oh, rack up some kills is what?
And then I left the Desolation Marines. They didn't move at all, so they can ignore minuses to indirect. They got a pretty good line of sight if I have to finish off some racks or throw like some Vengor launcher shots that way.
Yep. You got some good options.
And these guys didn't advance because they might have to charge into some mandrakes.
I like it.
Get a little bit of movement.
And that'll give you your extend battle lines, but that will too. So you're just making sure you get your secondaries and just focusing on killing. After all, it's kill more, hold more. So very straightforward mission.
Redemptor rolled good on
very
shots,
hot. Kid just blew it up in one go. You did kill the racks and the homunculus, but that took the Desolation Marines and the Hellblasters
and some little shots
and all of them. So they actually took up quite a bit of firepower. And then you almost killed these mandrakes.
One guy lived.
So I did lose quite a bit. You killed 1, 2, 3 units. You also killed 2 of these Cabalites over here as well. So what a good first turn volley from the Space Marines. And you've got your Incursors coming down next turn, which is even more firepower. So with that at the end of the turn, these mandrakes will be all going into the shadows because I, just in case I get some cards that help me out here, like behind enemy lines or investigate signals. That would be really, really good. I have to zone out your Incursors, but it's a 3-inch zone out, so it's going to be interesting. And then we still have quite a lot of firepower and support. So let's see what we can do against the Space Marines on turn on number 1. So with that, you go up to 2 command points, and you have 10 secondary points. I will go, and you did kill 1 unit, or at least, so you have 4 primary points there. And we go on to my turn, and I did spend a command point to try and save my Ravager, but that didn't work. So I go back up to 1 command point as well. Bring it down and capture enemy outposts. So trying to take your home objective away from those intercessors and Hellblasters, not really going to happen this turn. So it'll just give me an extra command point, I would assume. And then bring it down, so kill Dreadnoughts. Nice. Okay, so the whole turn started with blitzing my Solitaire, only to get overwatched to death by Hellblasters. So that was fun. One Hellblaster did die, and then because when they die, they can shoot a full ballistic skill, he was able to kill my Solitaire, even though I almost survived everything else that they had to shoot at me. So that's, okay, bye-bye Solitaire. So Venom moved up, Venom moved up. I'm just within 18 of the characters. So he can't remove the characters to get me out of range. So I can stay at like the furthest range to shoot my Venoms into there. My Beast Pack is going to go and get aggressive into those infiltrators. And then we have the 2 Ravagers moved up and around to be able to see the Dreadnought. Actually, he's just going to like do that so he can not give you cover, basically, because I can't see them anyway, because this thing was there. Then we've got a zone out here, so no incursors can come into this zone. The Chronos is staying by. I'm sticking that objective with my Cavalites. And then the 2 units of Mandrakes have dropped down here to hopefully blast some of those Desolation Marines with their Bale Blasts and or charge into incursors, potentially. Now, we did roll the Hazardous for this Dreadnought. It took 3 damage. So, yay me!
It started.
It's starting. And with that, let's dive into the shooting phase. I got some pain tokens to give out, and let's see what happens. I do have to do a little bit of damage here, but I have to get aggressive or else the Space Marines are going to take the board, which means going aggressive is what I have to do in this case, considering I have lost a few tools early in the game. Okay, so my turn. After the Solitaire died, I did put both Venoms into the Hellblasters. I made a mistake by not leaving 1 Venom on this objective. No. I got really excited and then totally forgot. But that's okay.
I Armor Contempted.
You did, which I vected. I vected that, so now it's costing you extra. I did kill three Hellblasters, because you killed one yourself. One's coming back, of course, with the Apothecary, but a little bit at a time. That's all we can do. The Beast Pack Master got lucky at the end and wiped out that Infiltrator squad, which is great. The Ravagers did take out this Redemptor Dreadnought, and 1 Dark Lance did a bunch of wounds to that Redemptor Dreadnought, so the second one's halfway dead now. And then the Mandrakes popped in and did kill 2.5 Desolation Marines and then failed both their charges to try and take them out.
Did a bit of damage.
And I did. I put 2 wounds on 1 and killed a Blade Guard veteran. So that's actually really good because they're your late game, mid game pressure unit. So if I can get rid of them now, it'll help me towards turn 4, turn 5. And with that, it is the end of the turn. Now, I did score some points. So I did, I'm not going to get capture enemy outposts, so I'm going to get 1 command point for that. And then we're going to go ahead and I did get Bring It Down for killing your Dreadnought, which is good. So that's a 10 plus. So that's a 3. That's 4 points on secondaries, which is good. Less than you got, of course. And I did kill, but then you did kill more. So you're going up to 8. And now you're going to hold more as well. So you're going up to 16 points as we move into turn number 2. So 16 and 10. So you're way up on the score right now. And it is battle round number 2. And you also get a command point. And I get a command point. Let's see what your missions are. Engage and defend with the reserves coming in. That shouldn't be an issue. So with that, let's see what you do.
I should definitely get 3/4 for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna use the Blade Guard to reestablish the mid control. Probably gonna drop some Inceptors in over here, so you'll have to deal with them in order to stop me from continuing to hold more. And that's kind of the main plan, is just to keep holding the board.
Yep, the 3 objectives here, which was your plan. But you got to hold that one another turn. So that was a nice placement there with this building.
Yeah,
hard to get rid of it. Yeah, that's just a bonus. That gave you the hold more, which is 4 points there. But it could add up as the game goes on. So let's see what the Space Marines do this turn. Well, another fantastic shooting phase from the Space Marines. Killed that Venom in the squad inside. Killed that Venom in the squad inside. Killed half the Beast Pack Master squad. A whole unit of Mandrakes because I failed 5 out of 5 invuls. And then that one, though, has survived the Desolations and everything else. So at least 1 Mandrake survived, and this one got lucky too. So I have 2 single units of Mandrakes right now, just being really annoying, this is great. I did Rapid Ingress my Void Raven Bomber, and he's going to go on a blinding rampage murdering Space Marines, which is going to be awesome. So with that, it is the charge if you are going to charge anything, unless you don't want to, but that's completely up to you. Yep, there you go. So we'll come back off the end of the turn. Well, they made short work of the Beast Pack, but at least I only have 1 character left, which is the Archon, which means if you get Assassinate later in the game, I don't have a Solitaire, I don't have a Beast Pack Master, and I don't have a Homunculus, which means you would have to kill my Warlord. Ha! So I can hide him and try and deny you 5 points. Yeah, that's my master plan. You better watch out. You're starting to defend your strongholds, and you will get a 3/4 defend on engage on all fronts for 3 secondary points, bringing you up to 13. However, you are at 16, and you did kill something, bringing you up to 20 primary points. And you killed so much, you're probably going to get another 4. I doubt I can catch you in that sense. However, at the start of my turn, I will be getting Cleanse and Behind Enemy Lines, which should be okay. My Mandrake's, of course, going back into reserve, because that's what they do. Then I have 8 points for primary, and we'll see what we can do with secondaries. End of my movement phase. So reserves have come in. Put these guys in over here. All the Scourge have moved up here to be able to see that stuff over there. Ravagers moved up to be able to see over here as well. Kronos to give them all pain token regeneration in case I need it. Then we've got the Void Raven Bomber is going to basically shoot over here. I've got them moving up here, essentially Venom and this unit to try and at least drop it down. So we'll see what happens here. I'm really excited about the future and what the future will bring. We have our tools. We put this unit of Cavalite Warriors. Oh, it's turn 2 though, right? So I can't do that. It would have to be this. And then they go back here. Because I can't go in your deployment zone. I'm cheating there. Okay, I just noticed that right now. Okay, so with that, let's dive into my shooting phase. Okay, so shooting phase has been quite effective so far, but I want to show off a cool little trick here so that you can all keep it in mind back at home. So my shooting killed both units of Incursors, yes, right, with the bunch of Dark Inceptors with the Dark Lances. Then the other Ravager did put 5 more damage on that Dreadnought. He has 2 wounds remaining. Then over here, I bombed this with the Void Raven Bomber, which is why I rapid ingressed it, so I could use the bomb. Killed 2 with the bomb, and then the shooting killed the other 3. And the bomb put 5 wounds on this Venom, but it's still alive, so it cleansed this objective. Now, because it's the end of the fight phase, at the end of the fight phase, they're going to hop back into the Venom, because that's a Venom rule, so they are nice and safe from any shooting. This Void Raven Bomber, though, came over and just nuked the Desolation Marines and pretty much almost killed the entire squad of Infiltrators as well, because that's what Void Raven Bombers do with a pain token. And then that's that. Now, my Scourge did move back a little bit and got annoying just in the back. And what I'm going to do here is, if they began the cleanse action, they don't have to be within range of an objective to start it. And I'm spending 2 command points to strike and fade. And they move 8 inches. And now they're in range of that objective, which will give me my cleanse at the end of the turn, which is a cool little trick for all of you elf pointy ears out there. Cheeky tricks. It was also to stop you from getting hold more, because I need you to stop that as well. So it does bring you down to 4 points on primary. I killed, how many units did I kill? I killed 4. How many did you kill? You killed 6 units last turn to my 4. I did kill quite a lot, but you will get kill more. So at the end of the turn, I will get 5 for cleanse and 5 for behind me lines, bringing my total up to 14, which does mean I'm up 1 point now on secondaries. I did kill something, bringing me up to 12 primaries as well, which I did hold, but I do not kill more. The fact that you got to kill more, hold more, really puts you in the lead in terms of primary points. Yep. You didn't spend your command point. Good thing I vected that. I spent both of mine. With that, we move in. Oh, you get 4 points for kill more. So now we go into battle round number 3, where you will get 4 points for just holding. You get 3 points at the end for defend stronghold. That actually does bring you up there, because you will go up to 16 there. And we move on to battle round number 3. You get a command point for 2. I get a command point for 1. You got cleanse and capture enemy outposts. So trying to take my home objective and doing the action that I just did on the middle objectives.
Basically just moving up to established points. I guess I kind of just left this point, but
it's up to you. You can do that if you want.
Fine.
You did advance them up. You're using the assault doctrine now.
Yeah. Try and get on this Ravager.
Yeah, you did capture enemy outposts. You're trying a couple of charges just to potentially kill that. It is the oath target though. Yeah. As well. Okay. You decide to stay still, but you did fail a battle shock test there. He passes battle shock, and they are just quaking in their boots, holding their sticky objective against the onslaught of the Mandrakes. But this is only turn number 3. There's a lot of game left. Mm-hmm. So let's see what happens as we move into the 3rd turn here. It doesn't seem like you put yourself in a position to cleanse anything.
No, I'm sacking cleanse.
Oh, you're going to get rid of it at the end of the turn, so you can get a armor contempt in my turn. I see where your head's at. I like it. Okay, so end of the shooting phase. You did kill 3 Scourge from one unit and 1 from another with the sustained 2-hit bolter inceptors, which are really cool. However, you chose they blew them up. You chose not to shoot with your Redemptor Dreadnought into the oath target. Why is that?
Because I'm counting on this charge, and I don't want to kill it either way before I charge. So
Yeah, you want to
There's no
try
value
because
in-
you have capture enemy outposts. That's 8 points. If you make those charges, that's why you have 2 lined up plus a CP for a potential reroll if you need it to try and get on there to steal it to then
Get
make
the
sure
8.
that you get 8 points, which would give you a nice big thing. But it takes a lot of restraint to not shoot with your fun toys in order to get lots of points.
Plasma redemption.
So I wanted to make sure that that we showed that off and just explain that. So we're back at the end of the turn. Uh-oh. There you failed a reroll charge here. So you made a CP, rolled a 6 and then a 7. You need an 8 to get it. And then over here, they rolled a 6. Yes, I hold my home.
No.
So that is the risk you take. You know what I mean? Like you could have potentially murdered it with shooting. However, you want to get the points, so you take the risk. Sometimes it doesn't work, but you have to set yourself up for success, if that makes sense. So with that, you didn't kill a mandrake. You did kill them. So you killed one thing this turn.
Only one.
That means I might get kill more this turn.
Very
I'm
likely.
so
One guy
excited.
here.
That means that this game has suddenly just opened itself like wide open. Very, very excited about this prospect right now. So you're going to
For a
discard
CP.
capture. You're going to keep cleanse. You don't want to discard cleanse as well. You're gonna discard capture.
No.
Okay, so you do
Get
get
rid
one
of-
CP regardless of what happens there. So you get one CP. You will get a kill, so you go up to 32 primary points. Look at that. That is some spicy primary. However, you do not score any secondaries this turn.
Oh,
I go
this
up
is
to,
the slow turn.
I go up to 2 CP. I'm going to pull my 2 mandrakes into the sky once again.
Oh.
You go up to 2 CP, so you do have enough for an armor contempt.
Yep.
However, I do get up to 16 points now on primary. I'm inching ever so closer. Kill stuff for no prisoners.
Ooh.
And engage in all fronts. Thank goodness I got those mandrakes. Hooray!
Not the mandrakes.
Yes, not the mandrakes. So with that, let's dive into the turn. And here we are after my movement phase. So this is me getting aggressive now because I can smell blood in the water. So it's time to like press my advantage. Like if you fail 2 charges, I have to capitalize on that fact. So I've decided to basically run everything forward. You really considered squad tactics to kind of move back, but since they are not in tactical doctrine, it was like
I'd have to get a good
maybe.
roll.
Other than that, I've put basically everything in range of my Chronos for pain token regeneration. And I do have 5 pain tokens after last turn, which is really good. Archon Skari, it has one mission. That's to jump in and potentially kill Chaplain, just to kind of take him out. Just for fun, because it's a challenge thing. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, we've got a bunch of shooting, and I've got my Void-Raven Bomber and all this stuff. So we'll see what happens. Let's dive into my turn. End of my shooting phase. As you can see, I shot a bunch.
Yeah,
I did a lot of shooting, like a lot. I put paint tokens on pretty much everything, and then all my poison just like wrecked those guys with a 3-up save, just like absolutely wrecked them. Lots of Dark Lances killed them. I ignored the Hellblasters. They're pretty much going to go up to full strength next turn anyway. But if I shoot them, they can shoot anything, so I need to like not let them shoot. So there's no point in me shooting them. This Mandrake was going to do Strike and Fade here, but because I did so well against them, I'm just going to charge Archon Skarian and hopefully have one guy live or whatever there.
Yep.
So I Strike and Faded that Mandrake back there after shooting them with the Void-Raven Bomber, which will, it doesn't take it away because it's stickied, but as soon as my Battle Shot goes away, I'll be able to take that away from you as well.
Yep.
Which will be really good, which then will help me get the hold more towards the end of the game. So, needing to get that deficit from early part of the game as well. So I'm up to 4 pain tokens. Woo! Again, it's just cycling through. And no matter what happens there, I'm going to get kill more, I believe. So let's dive in to some charges. I'm going to spend a pain token on Archon Skari to get a reroll charge. And I'm also going to put a pain token on them to reroll charges as well. Because I want to really make sure that I take that objective away. Not that, because like that, it stops you from getting hold more. So need that to happen. So I ended up charging with both units. I fought with the first one that was over here. They did 1 wound onto the Blade Guard. Then you interrupted, killed the 3 Cabalites that were with Skari and killed 2 from the other squad. However, Skari got 4 wounds through. You failed 3, killing both the Chaplain and the Blade Guard veterans. So Skari just like nuked both of those guys.
Down to the wound.
Down to the wound. So I get 2 more pain tokens. I hold that objective now. And all you have left are your Hellblasters.
let's take a look at what I've scored, because that just really flipped this game over. So I did kill that little Inceptor. So I get kill more this time. Kill and kill more. That's a big deal. So I will get kill more, bringing my total primary up to 24 points. So I'm starting to catch up on the primary, which is phenomenal. Okay. Then I will get 10 points. No prisoners and engage in all fronts because of my aircraft, which does give me engage in all fronts. So that brings me up to 20 for primary. And now, folks, we have quite a game. 48 to 48. It is now drawn as we move into turn number 4. And you will get another 4 points because you do hold the objective with the Hell Blasters. And you get a command point, and I get a command point as well. There we go. And let's see what you can draw. Investigate signals in the corners. Do you want to redraw
I'm
it?
thinking about redrawing.
Okay.
Because I definitely can't do it.
We'll let you think a little bit for that if you want, and then bring it down, which is kill tanks. That you have Hell Blasters. I have tanks. That shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so you did spend your command point, and you got area denial. So what's your plan and thought process?
I gotta ramp up the damage on the Hell Blasters.
Yep.
And
Well, you don't have a
move
CP
up
for
to
that,
the
but yes, you're going to
center.
move up.
Oh,
And
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try and do as much damage.
Try and
with
get
that.
area denial
Get
and
in
kill a
there.
bunch of tanks. It seems pretty
Yeah.
straightforward as we move into your turn 4. Shooting
Yeah.
phase, what did you end up doing?
So I split 4 guys into the Ravager and then 5 guys into the plane. I just had to hope to get some cheeky
6s for
and
sustained and stuff. Didn't happen.
try and get as much points as possible.
He lived with 3 wounds. He lived with 8 wounds. And now to try and get your... Well, area denial, you have to kill both things for me not to be wholly within 3 inches to get the small. Because you decide, unless you put all of them wholly within 6 and kill both, then you get your 5. So with that, we'll just see what you decide to do at the end of the turn here. What happened in the combat?
My lieutenant failed to... Okay, so we did a cheeky... Charged into the Cabalites and piled around them to be able to get some attacks onto Skari, specifically with my lieutenant's power fist.
Yeah, my shadow field held strong though.
Exactly.
And then I epic challenged your lieutenant and stabbed him to death.
Stabbed him upon the stairs.
Important thing to note is Hell Blasters can shoot in combat when you kill them because they have a plasma pistol. So you want to be careful about killing them in combat. So I'm trying to not kill them in combat.
Exactly.
Okay. So with that though, I will get a kill already. You get a kill, so you will get 4 points for kill. So that brings you up to 40 primary points just at the cusp of turn number, and then 40, so that's 40. Cool. Still at 16 primary. You will not get area denial.
That automatically goes away.
You can get rid of it if you want. And then you did not get bring it down.
I know. I'm going to keep Bring It Down because I got some weaker vehicles and killing stuff's going to be kind of what I got to do.
Cool.
I also feel like area denial might be... No, I'll get the CP.
Yep, so you get 1. So you go up to 2 as I move on to my turn at number 4. I go up to 1. I do hold more this time. Yes! Going to 32, 24, to 36, 32. Haha, I know math. I know math. So you're holding on to bring it down.
Yep.
I'm going to be getting Storm Hostile Objective, so take an objective away from you, and Secure No Man's Land. Now, I'm going to double check the order of operations for Battle Shock, because it depends on what happens first. Either I hold it at the beginning of the turn, and so if I can flip the objective before I Battle Shock or after I Battle Shock, I'm going to make sure that I don't flip it before I Battle Shock, so then I can just unbattle shock and then hold it at the end of the turn and get Storm Hostile Objective with my Mandrake.
I forgot that I had 2.
Okay, we found it. Cool little rules interaction. So, sticky objective in this case, I have to control it the start or end of any turn. So, the start of the turn is before the command phase. So, I'm battle shocked right now. I cannot hold this objective. So, this objective stays in your control till the end of the command phase. Then I'm going to do my command phase. I get my command point, sure, etc. I'm just going to use my once per game ability to automatically pass his battle shock, so he doesn't have to roll, so he's not battle shocked. But this is still yours. Then at the end of the turn, he will hold that objective to get my Storm Hostile Objective.
Oh.
Done. Okay. So that'll just be an easy Storm Hostile, but it was cool. I could have just swarmed over here, but I don't want to potentially fail in killing all that stuff. Archon Skari has to try to run away and all this stuff too, so Okay, so we'll go into my turn. Cheeky Hellblaster stuff happening right here. So I tried to stop you from being able to tactically move wherever you wanted to. However, after I move my plane, you are going to overwatch the plane. You're going to try and overcharge to kill yourself and then shoot a full ballisteel, potentially trying to kill that to get some bring it down points, essentially. So it's a smart little play just to try and sneak some points in towards the end here as well. We're gonna show it off here. Okay, so they're just all shooting into the Void Raven. 6 is to hit.
6 is a hit.
No lieutenant though, so no lethals.
But I got the bolter discipline on the
You
apothecary.
do. So 6 is explode. And if it was my oath target, so 2 hits so far.
Nice. Yeah, 2 from that one.
Yep.
And that's it. And then
2 wounds, yeah.
5s.
2 wound rolls, 5s to wound. 1 invul. No. So it takes 2 damage down to 6 remaining. So still not bracketed. And now 8 of them, will they kill themselves and shoot a full ballistic skill now? 1 will.
Lose 1.
Where's he shooting?
We gotta see if he shoots.
Oh, that's right. On 3 plus. Oh, he does.
And he's gonna try and finish this guy.
Still oathed from last turn.
2 shots.
3s to hit. Missed 1.
Oh, no.
He's gonna live. Failed to wound.
No.
Cocked. Failed to wound.
Failed.
That was and then 1 guy does die because that's just how that works. Okay. So with that, it is my shooting phase. Well, that's the end of the shooting phase. This Void Raven Bomber just murdered everything. You did, however, kill your oath target. Yep. So with that, Archon Skari is just within 3 there. I'll get my Secure No Man's Land, and I will get my Storm Hostile Objective, because I do take that away at the end of the turn before I score. And with that, let's take a look at the scores. So with that, you will get Bring It Down, because it is at the end of any turn that you can get that. So you will get 4 points for that, bringing your total up to 20 over here. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know if you enjoy me kind of going through all the point scoring here. I will get 5 and 5, bringing me up to 34 for secondaries over here. And I will get a kill. So I will stay at 38 right now. So right now, it is 60 to 72. Oh, what a crazy close game. Okay, we're going on to turn number 5. You get a command point. I get a command point. You don't have any models left. However, you can get some passive maybe. Overwhelming Force and deploy Temple Armor. So can't do any there. So at the end, I can't kill anything.
Yep.
But I will get hold more. so I'll go to 46 primary points because I do hold that. I can't kill anything. And my mandrakes are going to go into the sky just in case.
No.
Overwhelming Force, which I cannot get. Assassination, which I do get because I've already killed your characters. And I will be, of course, using a CP to redraw and get Area Denial. There you go. So that would bring me up to 40 here. So that is 96. Oh man, what a crazy game. We'll do a little post game and stuff too. 96 to 70. 96 to 70 points. What a fantastic game. Thanks all for the game, man. That was really fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down to play in the studio. How did you enjoy just the travel? Because you're all the way near Owen Sound, which is like all the way back there. How was the trip?
Good. Yeah.
Tell me about the game. How did it feel after what happened? Because you were doing so well at the beginning, and then it just like the House of Cards fell.
Oh, yeah. Those Blade Guard really need to get on there, tie up that Ravager, potentially kill it. I just needed a little bit more staying power. I was actually surprised with the Inceptors all just dying.
To the Dark Lances? Yes.
Yeah. 3
damage minimum, just, if you fail those in cover.
The Gravis Armor guys are T6 now, so they kind of stick around. It's tougher than you would think. And
not against Strength 12. Although, vecting your Armor Contempt was like massive. Because you had so many opportunities to make a save, like a 3-up on the Dreadnought or 4-ups on the other guys in cover. Yeah. And I just need to make sure that. And it's a battle tactic stratagem, which means it's one of the few things you can vect or make more expensive, which was big. I'm gonna be honest, after the second turn, I thought I was done for. I was like, uh-oh, this is not going to plan. However, from my perspective, I knew that the Void Raven Bomber was like the great equalizer into the Space Marine matchup. Yeah. And as soon as you see, because when you decide not to move them into here, it meant that I was able to rapid ingress him without getting shot by super cracks, which meant that it was going to be safe. and then I was able to just move up and then like kill the Desos, kill the infills, kill the incursors, and clear this objectives over here, and then push this way, which was my original plan. I have a little bit more speed, so if I can take one over, I can like be on this side of the table like next turn almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mispositioned the Dreadnought on this side. He kind of was out of the game for a couple of turns there, I think.
Yeah. Where would you have put him?
I think if
otherwise?
he backed up the other Dreadnought, I could have pressured the Ravagers more.
Yeah, because once it was dead, I was able to push up, and if there was another Dreadnought right there, you would have come in and like started flipping Ravagers and get into my squishy infantry and starting killing them too.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Like they could do a buddy bud system.
Yeah.
You know, those Hellblasters though, what a nuisance to deal with, I'll tell you. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. All in all, great game. I'm sweating after that one. We're gonna go have a coffee, have some food, and yeah. Of course, I've been filming in the new studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Thank you for having me. It's been a good game.
Yeah, so if you want to come play in the studio, send me an email at skaredcast@gmail.com, and then I'm booking every Monday, and you can play. Other than that, thanks for coming down. A huge shout out to all of you folks. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me on the video. Like, share, subscribe, and the best way to support the channel is on Patreon. The link is down below. It goes a long way, and I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.